Good afternoon, all. In this beautiful evening, we have got 1 hour time by Paliputra Sahodaya School Complex to reflect upon the importance of co-curricular activities. So, dear friends, I welcome you all to this workshop on behalf of Paliputra Sahodaya School Complex in the name of President Rajiv Ranjan sir and other executive members. So, let us see now when we talk about the topic importance of co-curricular activities. It is not a new topic that what we are dealing with. Every day in the school we deal the same topic. Rather, when we talk about child-centered education, when we talk about child-centered education, it has got more importance in order to make the students understand the curriculum better. So when we see the classroom learning, we see two parts. One is curriculum and co-curriculum, which enhances the role of co-curricular activities, enhances the curricular activities. It is quite tough to teach in the class the subject topic. For example, if a child is learning and we are saying, suppose we give two options to a child, whether you like to have a debate competition or you like to have something related to class topic, a theoretical class, then almost all students must be preferring something related, an activity which is related to the topic. Maybe debate can be, maybe any other activities can be. So, some teachers are putting in the message, it's an audio problem. I think it must be clear, my audio. So, okay, let's come back. Sorry for interruption. So that is called, is thanks for replying. I said it's clear. Thank you. So it is very clear that every child is interested in activity rather than pure theory. So by looking into this, we have to understand that in case we need to make a child having better knowledge in a conceptual way, the child have to understand a concept in an easy way. It is good that we make that topic into an activity. Suppose we are teaching a poem or a prose in language. We are trying to convey a poem or a prose. Let us keep a sketch, or even we can show a video to the students, or something kind of involvement. Maybe we want to teach in social science, maybe involvement of women or pastoralism. Something you suppose like to teach, then it is best way that we have to teach. So it just got an importance. It has got an importance of making the students the concept very easy. Therefore, I have opted this topic, importance of co-curricular activities. What are curricular and co-curricular activities? When we look into what are curricular and co-curricular activities, it says curricular activities are those activities that are a part of the curriculum. Co-curricular activities are those activities that are outside of but usually completing the curricular activities. It's very clear that are part of curriculum. Curricular activities are part of curriculum and co-curricular activities are outside, but usually completing the regular curriculum. So there is no difference. Of course, there's a great difference, but therefore I said the curricular activities and co-curricular activities. Co-curricular activities enhances the curricular activities. Co-curricular activities enhances or helps to complete the curriculum in a better way or the best way. Extracurricular activities are defined as those school-based activities that are not tied to the curriculum. So extracurricular activities and co-curricular activities, these are different terms. What is extracurricular activities? Are defined as those school-based activities that are not tied to curriculum. See here, why are curricular activities important in school? For example, suppose we take many subjects, maybe English, Hindi, or the third language, mathematics, social science, computer in different, maybe fine arts, music, so many subjects we involve the students. In this aspect, why these co-curricular activities are important in the school, right? So if suppose we see why this, rather I explain well, we each and every teachers understand. For example, I'm going to class and then I have opened the textbook and I start teaching the students, standing in one particular place and start explaining the chapter. Gradually the students may move from the textbook or move out of the class, maybe physically present in the class. It is not sure that they may be in the class spiritually or mentally they may be in the classes. That may not be. They may not be in the classroom. The reason, monotonous. When we have a theoretical class and if we go in the same flow, they'll have monotonous. Avoid monotonous in the class. What we can do, we can have chapter wise activities we can have, topic wise activities we can have, or we can divide, every class, it should have a new concept, a new view, a new outlook should be there. It is saying that, yes, okay, you have studied this topic. Now let us learn this topic in a different way. The benefit of the activity will, uplift the blooming students into a better learn. There are students, those who understand theory well. There are students, those who understand the concept through videos. There are students, those who understand the concept by different, aspects of visualization. Therefore, I said just before, a person who is explaining a small drama in the class, we can divide the characters to the students. For example, in a drama, in a prose, there's a story. In a prose, there may be 5-6 characters. So we can say, summarize the chapter in the class. After summarization, what we can do, we can tell to the students, dear children, next day you learn these characters and you enact in the class. And you ask, is it possible only in the language class? No, it is possible even rather than language classes also. Like, for example, we are conducting mathematics classes, geometrical classes. When we conduct geometrical classes, we have different shapes. We can take the students to, for example, the volleyball court. Just ask the students. Even this concept we can use even in science, physics. The same concept we can use in physics also, in mathematics also. We can ask the students to, just kick the ball. or do the service. We can ask the children to do the service the ball. When we do service, the velocity, the power, we can tell them. We can say, this suppose the ball has to go from one side to another end, from one end to another end. How much power we have to use? What is the power of motion? And how much time it takes? Length, height, even mathematics we can understand. We can say that children, circle can be taught. The volleyball is in circle, so that can be taught. Means a small activity that will surely uplift the knowledge of students. So a few examples of common educational opportunities that we can see that may be considered co-curricular include student newspaper, musical performances, art shows, mock trials, debate, competitions, and mathematics, robotics, and engineering, teams, and contest. When we think, for example, we are teaching GK or any other subjects, after completing the one subject, easily we can have one quiz competition. We can have one quiz competition. We may have group discussion. We may have, field trip can be done. Field trip can be done. So these activities can be done in the classroom itself. This surely make the students having curiosity. What kind of curiosity? The children will think, okay, last time when the teacher has come to the class, we had debate competition. We have debate competition. Last chapter or the last topic, we had debate competition. Now, this chapter, what activity we are going to have? When we are conducting different activity, in order to make students interesting, we can make it as a competition level. We can divide, for example, almost all schools are having houses, maybe yellow house, red house, blue house, or different color houses we have. So whenever we conduct such competitions, easily we can conduct house-wise. Easily we can have house-wise. So make a chart in the classroom itself, classroom notice board. In the classroom notice board, we can have a house-wise points. This month, first chapter, maybe house B got first place, second place, third place, fourth place. So when we complete half yearly, we can calculate the total score of each house, each team. Should not mix up. So after 6 months, we can tell the students for mathematics class or physics class or language class or computer class, we have conducted these activities in half yearly, and these are the points. So these things, that will make students more excited. Suppose having excitement towards the topic, it is very easy to teach them. Therefore, it is said, curiosity is a way to knowledge. Curiosity is the more key to knowledge. Some teachers were saying there is competency. When we talk about even competency, this 21st century, we name it as post-modern century, not modern century, post-modern century. In this post-modern century, everybody looks into in which position am I? In which position am I? Everybody is having, competence. I have to be the first. I have to be the first. I have to be the first. This aspect they have. So let's see, for example, what are 5 co-curricular activities? What are 5 co-curricular activities? What are 5 co-curricular activities? We can, not 5 co-curricular activities, rather we can say just mention, debate and discussion, as I said. Essay writing competition can be, recitation can be, story writing competition, drama, celebration of festivals in institutions, declamation contest, or school decoration. First, we can do one thing. We can go from one small concept, a decoration concept. But how can we start decoration concepts? We have small notice board in the classroom. So we can tell to the student, this month, for A group A has to decorate four weeks, four houses can be. At the same time, the class can be decorated. One house can get the classrooms to maintain the classroom. And one thing can be, subject related charts can be on placards can be prepared. Subject wise, chart papers, placards, small, flash cards. So different things. Now, that is benefit for the teachers. When the students prepare chart papers, flashcards, and other things which is connected with the chapter based uh, chart papers. The benefit out of it, teachers no need to prepare different kinds of teaching aids. Okay, teaching aids are very important for every topic. Teaching aids are very important for every every topic, right? So when we are asking students to prepare chart papers, or when we are asking students to prepare flashcards, what is benefit? We ourselves can show the chart papers, flashcards, or the notice boards. We can tell the students that you look at this, and the teachers can explain and can make the students that understand the topic in a very easy way. In very easy way, the students can make the students understand this topic. So this is another benefit that teachers will have. Now you see the co-curricular activities. See here, a small arrow that I made here. Co-curricular activities can be, competitions, students club. As I said, we can make students club. Maybe in the school, lot of students club can be made. Echo club, POXO club we have in the school. And a few days back, one among the teachers were explaining about the importance of POXO. So, here we can see, different clubs. Those clubs can be added to this activities, and speaker series, case studies, workshops, experiential, business plan, internships. Okay, so just you see here, I don't think I need to explain in a deep way about each and everything. Competitions, students club, speaker series. When we talk about speaker series, uh, I have observed in the schools, many of the schools, 60 to 70% teachers are having stage fear. 60 to 7, it's a fact. 60 to 70% teachers are having stage fear. What should I speak? For example, we are conducting a special assembly today, or all of a sudden a principal asks any of the teachers to come forward and speak in the stage. We teachers will lot of hesitation. We will stage fear. May not be our voice may not be reaching the student. We may get stuck. So therefore, this speaker series, this help to have couple of students rather than couple of students. More students will be interested, and they will not be having stage fear among the students. And what about case studies? Case studies are those when a simple example can be said in this way. One teacher has taught a chapter called, mass, MASS, mass. It's a chapter in physics. So when we talk, when we have taught this chapter mass, after teaching this chapter mass, we can, we can have a case study, make maybe questionnaire or kind of, different students. We can make as teams. We can make individual case studies. Group study case studies can be taken from the students in order to understand the topic that has been taught in the class, the chapter which has been completed in the class has been understood by all students or not. If it is understood, what is the percentage of understanding level? This understanding level is good, then we can conduct a small test. We can conduct a small test. After conducting a small test, easily we understand what is this understanding level of students. And when we talk about workshops, we see the CBSE in order to make it clear each and every aspects of teaching pattern. CBSE has come up with that idea that we should have workshop for teachers, workshops for principals. So these workshops enriches. This workshops enriches each and every one of us. We share our ideas and we hear somebody's ideas. We may accept it. We may have contradiction. We may, mix up with our ideas and we practice in the class. That is called, experiential learning. That is called experiential learning. So we experience, we understand, make it practice. So I have an experience about something. After understanding this, I made it practice in the class. For example, I am teaching 8th A, 8th B, 8th C, or 3-4 sections in the of same class. Maybe 3 or 4 sections in the same class. So after completing a first class, I went to the class and I start teaching a theory called Pythagoras theory in mathematics. I started teaching Pythagoras theory. I went to section A, taught Pythagoras theory, and asked the students some feedbacks, and few students asked us the question. We have explained, and we find sometimes there are some concepts we may not be prepared. There are some concepts we may not have much ideas, but when students explain such concepts, we also understand. We also understand this concept. There are some students in every class, gifted children. There are some children in the class, God gifted children. So, end of the class, many of us ask some of the children to go to the blackboard and explain whatever you understood. So this time, what the students, first the hands are put up by, by the such gifted children, and they come to the board and they start explaining the concept, and we also sometimes are surprised, and the students also understand a better way, right? And there are some concepts or ideas we also get from students. And what do we do? Whatever things we understood from the previous class, or whatever the new thoughts and ideas which we have acquired from the previous class, we go to the B section, maybe second period or third period, we try to implement the same. We try to implement the same and we try to explain maybe in a different way. See here, a change of experience. Now, when you ask me, I can say about a teacher who has taught me in my, second level. When I was studying in secondary classes, 9th and 10th class, when I was studying in my school, I used to have a language teacher who used to come to the school and he used to teach us in different way. He used to smile at everybody. Even though he is punishment, those days physical punishments were allowed, maybe directly or indirectly. Of course, we used to get physical punishment. So even at that time, when we used to physical punishment, we used to love the teacher a lot. Why? Why we used to love? Because the way he used to teach, the way he used to keep relation with us, it was something we used to feel. No, the punishment which I got, it is because of my fault. We used to understand. Suppose another thing we used to think, the teacher has punished me, but we never used to think teacher has punished. Like my father or mother, somebody has punished me due to my misbehavior, right? This is, the way that time the teachers have taught us. Now at present, when I look into the classroom, when I think of my teaching style, when I correct the children in the class, when I teach each topic to the students, I feel that the same concept, the way my teacher has taught me, that I should implement in the class. I have experienced I have experienced, or maybe others may not have experienced, or many of the students in my class might have experienced. So what I have experienced, I try to, put in my practice, right? I put in my practice. Once I was observing one of the classes. I am a student of language, so I was sitting in one of the language classes. I was observing one of the teachers. The way the teacher was explaining the chapter was marvelous, and the teacher was saying some stories. So I also, learned those stories. I also tried to, understand something. And when I went to the different classes, I also said the same story, and the students were very interested to hear the story. Students were very much interested to hear the story. So afterwards, I said to my teachers, you suppose you are a maths teacher, you go to other maths teacher's class. For example, first period I had a class, second period I have class, then third period I'm having leisure period. You take few copies which has to be corrected, during leisure period we correct the copies. So, you take your copies, go to some other teacher's class, no matter you may be teaching in +2 class, go to your fifth class teacher's class, no problem. You can learn. Go to the class and sit and observe the class, learn and come some. We can learn something. And when we go to the next period, fourth period, there will be, there will be some kind of effect in it. There will be some kind of effect in it. See here, some kind of, activities that can be maybe painting. Even when we talk about the classes now, the CBSE insists art-oriented, art art integration in every subject. Even CBSE asked the report about art integration. Every school has to submit art integration report and art integration chapter-based concepts to CBSE of every every grade, every class. Every class, it is mandatory. So art can be integrated everywhere. A kind of fashionable teaching can be done. How the fashionable teaching can be done? It is not that, other kind of fashionable. The fashionable teaching in the sense, when we go to the class, the subject can be presented in an appropriate, interesting, and in a different way. Appropriate and different way we can be exposed. Everybody is interested in music. Everybody is interested in dance. Everybody is interested in, different such kind of activities. What we can do, such things can be integrated in the studies. For example, a formula we are making. We made a formula. Just make the formula in the, in song form. Okay, in a song form. What song can be taken? For example, a trend of the time. There are few songs. Trend of the time that comes, a trend of the time. It may be different languages. A trend of the time. So that music can be taken and lyrics can be subjects. Okay, lyrics can be subject. Maybe physics can be, maths can be, English can be. Those lyrics can be put and music can be taken as a, trend of the time. Okay, that is one. And we can ask, for example, I'm taking a computer, and we can say about input and output. Input and output. We can say to students to prepare about input and speak in the class. Output to the another student. So the students can explain well what is input and what is output. And other students can be an audience. And whatever the students share, write, they can write down. So such things can be implemented in the class in order to make interest. After all, the theoretical classes become monotonous. Why? Because it is quite it's the same flow, same flow. There is not much interest. By that we can say there is not much thrilling in it. Students love something thrilling, right? For example, the students, you ask to the students what type of movies they like, what type of movies they like. So students surely will be replying they need fighting movie, a kind of thrilling movie, a kind of what kind of terror movies, or criminal activity. Of course, suppose not to be criminal activities movie, a kind of horror movies they like. Such things means overall we can say thrilling movies are interested by the students. Now the children are living in this thrilling world. Students are living in thrilling world. So now in this thrilling world students are living, and we are going with a passive type of school teaching aids. What type of teaching aids we have? Textbook and blackboard. Textbook, blackboard. Textbook, blackboard. No other teaching aids normally we use. How many of us that we can say regularly I take my class through a PPT? Through a PPT. No. All of us are dependent upon textbook. Textbook. And even we can say when we are going into the class, we are carrying the textbook and looking at the textbook and teaching. Looking at, of course, language teachers, if you see, second portion of teaching, we need textbook. We need to read the chapter so that the students can understand a better pronunciation and how to read, and different word meanings we have to teach. But a teacher who is teaching math, science, social science, or computer, I don't think the teachers have to use the textbook. They need just for a reference in the classroom. Just for a reference in the classroom. So when we make the chapter thorough ourselves, there will be new ideas from us. New ideas. Therefore, I said use PPT, use PDF, use different kinds of teaching aids. Even we can download videos, ready-made videos are available in the YouTube. So present the class. And let us not make our students' classroom only in the classroom. We think, teaching means we have to be in the classroom. No. It is a kind of, change. Everybody expects change. At least once in a week, once in 2 weeks, once in a month. Take our students out of classroom. Maybe we can take the students to hall, auditorium. We can take. We can take the students to ground. We can take the students to park, and not to entertain them. Of course, entertainment is needed. What kind of entertainment? Subject-oriented entertainments. Subject-oriented. It is not that I have completed my chapters in order to make me free. Let me take the students to ground. No, it is not. Okay, not to make me free. When we are in the classroom, that time we are free. Okay, means we no need of that much energy. But when we are taking students out of classroom, when we are taking the students out of classroom, we have to work double or triple times greater than the energy what we use in the classroom. Okay, so as I said, we have to teach parts of plants. For example, a science teacher who is teaching the students in third class, the teacher has got a topic, parts of plan. What the teacher has done, teacher has given the summary about the chapter. After giving the summary, on next class, the teacher may take the students to park or the where the plants are planted. So the teacher can take the students and ask the students to observe the plant. A practical class can be done. Okay, a kind of, and we can say this is a kind of field trip. Okay, within the campus. Within the campus, a field trip can be done. And for example, in social science, importance of post office, and what are the process of post office. Suppose we need to show how the post office is functioning. We can get permission from principal, school authority, and we can make a plan to take the students to post office. It may not be all students at a time. Maybe we can plan this activity for 10 months. This month, 20 students can be taken. Another month, 20 students can be taken. Sometimes it may not be possible because now Corona. Okay, it's almost all end of Corona. We can say sometimes even we can go with all protocols. When we are going outside, we can show the process. Even to civil court, a DM court, like collectorate, they allow with the special permission. So the students can be taken out of school for the learning purpose, and they enjoy it. And they enjoy it. So such kind of activities, that is, therefore I said it enhances the curriculum. That enhances the curriculum. For example, in the classroom, I am teaching how to cultivate paddy. How to cultivate paddy. So I have been explaining 1 period, 2 periods, 3 periods. I don't think students may be understanding this concept in a better way unless and until students see. If suppose we are not able to take the students to paddy field, we can ask the the students, kindly आप लोग क्या करना है, आप लोग घर के बगल में पेड़ी फील्ड हो सकते हैं और अपने दादाजी के साथ, अपना पेरेंट्स के साथ आप लोग पेड़ी फील्ड में, अपना घर के बगल में फील्ड में जा सकते हैं और आप ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हैं और आप उसका जो प्रोसेस लिख के कल मुझको दिखाना है. And even they can go to, for example, Bihar, a flooded area. It's a flooded area. So flooded area, especially, the after Ganga, especially the place where I'm talking from Darbhanga. In Darbhanga, it's a flooded area. So here we can give some kind of projects to the students. Project to the students. What are the remedies for flood areas? What are the remedies for different, such things can be given to the students. So, for example, we think, winter vacation, the students, suddenly the school close. So we can send a message, or project-based message we can send. Project-based, message can be sent to the students. Maybe how can observe the winter from this day to do. Maybe December 26th to January 5th. January means 10 days. You observe and you write the temperature of this area day by day, what are changes it takes place, and what are precautions to be taken, what are things to be done. The kind of data collection can be done. So even though it's a holiday, students will benefit out of it. This can be done all of a sudden. All of a sudden. Now the schools are functioning from 6:30 to 11:30. It is not sure. Maybe after 3-4 days, if the classes are the climate get worse, the DMs can announce schools are closed from tomorrow. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. Make a plan. First class children, fifth class children, 10th class children. How can they get some kind of homeworks which can be made in, so even though they are at home, how it can be done. So these things can be applied. This is something. So here when we are looking at this resolution problem I have. See here, types of co-curricular activity. How it is, there are seven. There are 13 kinds of co-curricular activities. Few of them I have selected. Okay. So out of that, seven I would like to explain. That first thing is academic development activities. First one is academic development activities. A co-curricular activity should be related to academic development. It is not that I have some time in the workshops and PRPs and other principals workshops. We get sometimes information from principal that when principal is asking teacher, giving permission to teachers, saying that now you can take the students out of classroom, not a problem. Some of the teachers, what do they do? Teachers take the students out of the classroom and they put in the ground, and the students are playing cricket, playing volleyball, playing basketball. No, that is not the making use of the classroom. So when we do an activity, that should be related to academic development and aesthetic development activities, cultural development activities, emotional development activities, leisure utilization activities, literacy development activities, moral development activities. So this few, seven I have taken. This seven activities can be, said in the classroom that what are things which activity can be done. For example, leisure utilization activities. Many sometimes we see one teacher is absent in the school. When one teacher is absent in the school, what do principal do? Put a substitution, proxy classes. Okay, substitution class. So I think, how can I am not going to 7th class, or I am not going to 3rd class, but I got proxy class. Or I got proxy class in +2. Maybe in any of the classes I got substitution classes. When I get substitution class, how can I make use of such substitution classes? Okay. Many of times I observe the teachers that teachers go to the class, and after going to the class, teachers, what do? बच्चों को बताते हैं आप अपना अपना सब्जेक्ट्स खोल के आप अपने से पढ़िएगा, और अगर कुछ नोट्स अगर पेंडिंग हो आप अपने नोट्स कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं. So such informations we pass to the student. Yes, that's good. I'm not saying that is not good. Still, when a new teacher goes to the class, the students are having excitement. Even you see, when we were studying in the class, a new teacher has come to the class. We were excited. We were excited. The children of today are also not different than us. Age or year may be different. When we studied maybe in 20th century, now it is 21st century. Even then, students' nature, students' curiosity, students' anxiety remains almost all same. The anxieties that what we had those days are the same of even today. So when a new teacher goes to the class, the students are having same curiosity and anxiety. So this leisure period, we can plan it and go. And now, it is not sure tomorrow I will get, leisure substitution. So what we can do, there should be something always in our pockets. There should be something always in our pocket. For example, I am planning to go to Patna and come back. The expense to go to Patna and come back may be 2,000 rupees, right? The expense, maybe traveling and other expense, it may take 2,000 rupees from Darbhanga to Patna. What do? Do I carry only 2,000 rupees or I carry more than 2,000 rupees? Of course, we know that we don't carry only 2,000 rupees. Surely we will be carrying 4,000, 5,000 rupees we carry. Because we know surprise things can occur. I may be going for a purchase of some materials which cost 1,000 rupees, and you suppose I see something more which can be bought. I may buy. So normally the expense part, how much money we need, we keep more than that. That is what we teachers also. So there should be something in our pocket always which can be taken out at any time. A kind of storytelling, a kind of small activities. Of course, again I repeat on it, it should be in the first point we see academic development activities. Academic development activities. So such, leisure periods also can be made it. And when we talk about literacy development activities, You look into any classroom, we see maybe four types of students. We see four types of students. First category students, excellent students. We can say above average level. Students of above average. Second category, average category. Third category, below average category. And the fourth category, we can say students of below, learning. Not, we cannot say, okay, we can say maybe blooming students. Still, there may be some students who are not or your language perfectly. We may see, one or two students. Surely we will see one or two students, maybe in upper classes may not be, at least in lower classes, we will see some students. Even in upper classes, there must be a good number of students, those who are not confident enough in spellings. There may be, you look at, even we are confused gender in Hindi. Gender in Hindi, we may be confused. Which gender we have to use? We can say literacy development skill. This skill can be utilized for those students. The students, those who are very slow in studies, the students, those who do not know to read and write English or Hindi or any other third languages, or the students, those who are not confident in spellings, the students, those who do not have good communication skill. We can, those activities, and even we can conduct such activities which instill and motivates moral development. When we study a topic, curriculum, when we study those curriculum, of course, it is useful. Rather, moral values and different stories said by the teachers are more useful than those theoretical, chapters. Just go back to the school life. There are so many theories and formulas we studied. So many theories and formulas we studied. But one day, one teacher came to my class and told us one sentence which is good for my life. Till now, I remember it. There are so many things teachers have taught, but till now I remember, time and takes waits for no one. A proverb I learned. I never forget it. I never forget it. There are so many theories and portions taught by my teacher, but at the end of the chapter, the teacher has set a moral of the story, or the some important thing about the chapter. I may forget about the chapter, but that moral point, what was said by my teacher, had been not forgotten by me. So this is all called, moral development. Moral development. I have to, it's our responsibility to enhance, to uplift, to motivate the students towards the moral values. See, our sports curricular activities, sometimes we have a question, sports, yoga, or meditation, are they co-curricular activities? They are co-scholastic activities can be. Now let us see what it is. Co-curricular activities refers to those activities which complement learning experience the students in schools, while a quiz, mental mathematics, spell bee, etc. are co-curricular activities. Sports, gym, swimming, athletics are extracurricular activities, which enhances my spiritual concept, physical concept, or mental concepts. Okay, and when we think about this, extracurricular activities, is it necessary for students? Yes, of course, it is necessary for students. When a child is interested in sports or swimming, athletics, he will be physically strong. A physically strong person will have a physical, mentally strong thoughts. A person who will have mentally strong thoughts will have spiritually strong mentality. When a person will have spiritually strong mentality, that person will have a lot of concentration and objective based learning. Objective based learning means extracurricular activities surely will help the students to have better curriculum learning. Better curriculum learning. Therefore, it is very, very important. And now, when we say are sports curricular activities, here we can conclude, no, it is not a directly, we can see it is not a co-curricular activities. It is extracurricular activities. For why it has been said extracurricular activities? This is extra than the curricular activities. How it is extra than the curricular activities? When I swim, okay, there may be a scientific reason, science, maths may be included in it, but directly I am trying to enhance my or making my physical strength better. That's going to swimming or any other activities benefits. So here we can see kind of activities in the school can be books club, can be school magazine editors, can be poetry recitation, can be outdoor indoor games, can be or mass drill, mass PT, NCC, story writing. I don't know what I do in my school. Students arrival time till school assembly. Students are having some kind of activities. Students are having some kind of maybe singing competition will be held. Then they can sing in the classroom. They can dance. But I tell my teachers, if you are not doing anything in the classroom, also you have to do one thing in the classroom, that morning exercise. So students they enter the school gate maybe by 6:10. So 6:10 exercise start in the class itself. 6:30 assembly. So till 6:30 all teachers have to guide the students to do physical exercise in the classroom. Okay, and suppose some schools they have mass drill. Even students should have mass drill at least once in a week. Surely they should have mass drill, and the PT teachers can conduct such kind of mass drill. And NCC, these things, students will involve very in an interesting way. Okay, interesting way students will participate. How do schools organize co-curricular activities? Organization of co-curricular activities should be evenly I mean, distributed among various members of educational institutions according to their interest and aptitude. For example, I am interested in storytelling. I can participate. Suppose I am not interested in group discussion. Let me or let the child participate in debate competition. Else can participate in skit competition. Else can participate in any other competition which is conducted in the classroom. If you have interest in music, you should look after music and dance clubs, whereas a college who is interested in sports should be interested with that task only. Don't ask the students to, forcefully don't ask them to participate. Forcefully. Some things can be forced. Something can be. If you think that no, it is really has to be forced. For example, in my school, when we conduct yearly sports, I tell every child should participate in 100 meters race. Every child, nursery to plus two, every child should participate in 100 meters race. I think it is common. Every child knows to run. They may not be good in high jump and long jump. They may not be good in short put. They may not be good in kabaddi. But every child, every individual knows to run. If it is 200 or 400, they may get tired. But to run for at least 100 meters race, it is possible. It is possible. So some places we can make it compulsory, and many of times we have to understand what is the interest of the child. What is the interest of the child, and encourage the child to participate in that. See, role and importance of activities. See here, proper education, personality development, and cultural values. So these things, this is the importance of role and importance of activities that we conduct in the classroom. Surely these things enhances. So typically, co-curricular activities are carried outside the normal classroom, and they supplement the academic curriculum and help in learning by doing. I have to learn. How can I learn myself? By doing something. By doing something. You suppose how much I explain about the taste of sugar. Suppose one teacher has come to my class and keep on teaching me about the merits and demerits and taste of sugar. Explained well, thoroughly, an expert, the research scholar. in sugar has taught me about the taste of sugar, I will not be understanding perfectly. I will not be understanding perfectly unless and until taste it. So instead of sometimes explaining and go on explaining, make the person taste. Make the person taste. The person will understand fast, easy, and in better way. Fast, easy, and better way. For example, we might have seen the movie Slumdog Millionaire. Okay, it's an Oscar winning movie, in which we see the person was answering the questions from his experience, not from the textbook, not from the textbook. Even we can see two types of knowledge: experience, a learning from experience, and textbook learning, which stands high and always we remember in our lives. That is, which we have learned from our experience. So these activities help students to develop problem solving, reasoning, critical thinking, creative thinking, communication, and collaborate learning. These things are, interested to it. See here, just to show this word. See, this kind of students lifted accord in a year. We can make different upliftment programs in the school itself. Different. This chart you can see different concepts are given through which we can bring up the students. When students feel sleepy, we may tell to the students, no, you are not listening in the classroom. You are shouting in the classroom. You are not attentive in the classroom. You are not learning in the classroom. Instead of saying such adjectives which hurts the students, which demoralize the students, which insults the students, rather than saying such words, we let us reflect ourselves whether my class is appearable, enjoyable, entertainable, understandable or not. Why a child is sleeping in the class? Because I am not prepared enough to take this class in an interesting way or in a thrilling way. Therefore, he said no. So when it has got a role in the classroom itself. This we have to understand. Students, those who are coming in the class school, it is not that parents are saying society is demanding and the school is giving all facilities. Therefore, students are coming. No, you ask those students, some students may tell parents because of parents' pressures or the society's demand. But there are n number of students, those who come to the school in order to make their life, in order to build their objective in the life. So such things should be taken up. So instead of blaming the students, we should rethink ourselves. We should rethink ourselves that I have taught in the classroom whether it was applicable to those students, why they have slept in my class, why they were shouting in my class, why they were not attentive in my class, why they were talking each other in my class, because of my class management, because lack of preparation of the topic and lack of interest to learn, because my classes are not interest. So enhance overall personality, strengthen self-confidence, helps develop specialized skill, improve academic performance, and create greater opportunities during this. So these, things are very much important. And last, I'd like to say one thing, that in case we need to have an interesting class, we should have co-curricular activities which involve the students in the class. Let us not say you learn. Let us not say you learn. Let us say in the classroom. Let us involve in the classroom. Let us involve in the classroom. Let us learn in the classroom. Let us be together in the classroom. Let us proceed together in the classroom. That should be the concept from now onwards we should have. So dear teachers, when we reflect upon the importance of co-curricular activities today, that I say this today in a strongly and classroom, that let us involve. Let us involve. So by saying this, I conclude here by small thanks to the Patliputra Sahodaya, who has given me a great opportunity to share my views about co-curricular activities and all executive members of this Sahodaya. And also, I thank all teachers, those who have been part of more than 3,000 teachers were part of this workshop. So I thank each and everybody by saying, let us involve from now onwards. Thank you. Thank you very much.